Hey, what's up guys, TechTitan here, and I am back again with a brand new video. So before I begin this video, as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I really do greatly appreciate it. Also, follow me on Instagram for more updates and more giveaways and things of that sort. I'll leave it linked below. Yeah, and also just a quick special thank you. The support this past couple of weeks has been amazing on my channel. Views has been skyrocketing, subscribers have been increasing, so thank you all so much for that. And let's just go ahead and get started with today's video. So today we're going to be taking a look at an Alcatel phone, and I was looking back on my channel and it's been about 10 months. So it's been about 10 months since the last time we took a look at an Alcatel phone. And it was one of their really low budget trash phones, to be honest. I'll leave it linked in the description if you guys are interested anyway. And yeah, so today we're going to be taking a look at their newest, the Alcatel 3V. Now, what does the 3 and the V stand for? Right now beats me. So let's go ahead and look at the back and read some specs. So here's the specs. First of all, this is a massive phone. This is probably one of the biggest phones I've reviewed on the channel right now, and it is a 6.7-inch HD plus display, meaning that it does support an 18:9 aspect ratio, and it seems though that it is only a sub 720p display. So I'm not sure how sharpness is going to look like on the display, but we'll take a look at that later. So a dual camera setup, so a 16 megapixel camera plus a 5 megapixel main cameras, an 8 megapixel front facing camera, 32 gigabytes of storage, 3 gigabytes of RAM, and a 2 gigahertz octa-core processor. So definitely a mid-range device as far as specifications go. And I'm not sure what the secondary camera does. We'll also take a look at that in a second. So yeah, let's go ahead and unbox it. Alright, so here's the phone. Let's take it out. So this is definitely a massive phone, no doubt about it. It's huge. Okay, so let's put it to the side and see what else we get. Alright, so we got, right off the bat, we get our SIM ejector tool. You have your power adapter. Let's see, some user guide, your USB-C cable, a SIM card. Anything else? Hold on. Nope. So that's pretty much it. All right. Let's put all that to the side and take a look at the phone itself. So here it is, a 6.7-inch phablet, if you will. I mean, it's definitely massive. So it does also have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, so relatively big battery for a phone, so relatively large size battery. Okay, so let's take off this piece of plastic. And let's power it on. So while it's powering on, let's quickly walk through the setup of the device. So it's definitely made entirely out of glossy plastic. I'm not really sure if I'm a fan of this material. There's definitely a little bit of kind of shine and effect to it, but it's definitely a fingerprint magnet. So highly recommend the case on it right off. Highly recommend the case on it. You also have a fingerprint sensor. It does claim that it has a face unlock, but it definitely only uses the front-facing camera for that. And the bezels are slimmed down. It doesn't have a notch or anything like that. It's just a shrink down bezels. So yeah. And also, okay, let me set up the device and I'll talk more about that. Okay, so on the right hand side, you do have your volume up and down as well as your power button. And like I said, I mentioned that there's fingerprint sensor on the back. The dual camera setup is here, and there's definitely a camera hump. Whether you're a fan of that or not, that's entirely up to you. And on the bottom, you do have your speakers as well as USB-C, and an interesting two old features that are still in this phone. Or you have IR blaster to control your TV, as well as a 3.5mm headphone jack. So shout out to Alcatel for keeping these old features if you still use them. Okay, so that's pretty much your walkthrough of the device. It's definitely a massive phone. As far as screen quality goes, yeah, it's not really the greatest. It is an IPS LCD screen. I still want to do more tests, like the camera test, the outdoor brightness test. So it's kind of rainy and slimy and not good weather right now. So I want to wait until it gets a little bit more sunny and test the screen outside, see how the brightness works on this phone. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not the one to be a fan of glossy plastic. It has a cool little effect when you bounce it off the light, but definitely recommend the case on it still. Okay, so the setup is finally complete, so we can walk a little bit through the UI. So it does keep it as stock as it can on top of Alcatel's special skin. So the apps do kind of look a little bit different, more squarish, a little bit more punch. They have a little bit more punch to them. But as far as everything else goes, I mean, it's pretty much stock. As far as speed goes too, like opening up the phone app, the contacts app, the messaging app, it seems as that it handles it pretty well. So the 2 GHz octa-core processor seems to be a decent processor. Of course, this is nothing like a speed test, so I'm definitely going to download benchmark test out the gaming, the camera, and all of that. Speaking of the camera, let's quickly take a sample shot, see what the secondary camera does. Okay. All right, so 3, 2, 1. Okay, so just off of one picture, here's 3 things that I've noticed. One, it's not really good with focusing, so that's off of one picture, so I can't really make entire judgments. 2, yeah, the background doesn't look really good. The colors are really off. It's not as sharp as I would like it to be. So more tests definitely have to be made in order to make a better judgment. But I guess the secondary camera is only meant for portrait mode. So we already know, without me doing any further tests, that this camera is not going to be the top of the line camera. So having a secondary camera on there, I would have loved to see like a wide angle or a telephoto. More wide angle would be better. But anything that would actually make a good use out of the secondary camera, rather than just putting it there to collect more data for the portrait mode, because portrait mode is useless if the quality is trash. So yeah, and we know that the quality of this phone is not going to be top notch, like I said, and more tests will be taking. But to me, the secondary camera right off first impressions is just taking up extra space, extra unnecessary space. So yeah. The only thing that's left to do is test out the speaker, and the unboxing and impressions will be done. So let's do it. Okay, so one quick thing that I just noticed too is that there's definitely 2 speaker grills, but only one of them acts as a speaker, and this phone does have kind of the microphone piece that acts as a subwoofer. So when I did try to block the speaker, this still was able to produce a little bit of sound. So check this out. So a neat little trick. It has been used on flagships, of course, but this is the first time I've seen it on a low budget phone. And this one at the end of the day costs $130, but I'll make more of an extensive review on whether this phone is worth the buy or not. Anyway, the speaker overall, I mean, definitely a clever trick that they used the microphone. It's nothing new or anything like that, but I haven't seen it so far in a budget phone. So yeah. Definitely like that idea. And overall, the speaker is fine. It's nothing to write home about. And yeah, that's my first impressions. Definitely need to do more testing, but this phone is definitely targeted towards people who like large phones. And this is definitely one of the biggest phones that I've tested in the channel so far. And yeah, this has been it. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Leave a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.